going on, YouTube, man? How y'all doing, man? You know, it's Lucas. I really haven't had any videos up in a while, man. I ain't gonna lie, I have a lot of content that I haven't been able to make into the videos that I really wanted to do. But I just wanted to give you a little quick update, you know, on what's going on in my life. And a little police update or whatever the case may be, you know. So the reason why I've been a little MIA, I just had a son, first son, right? And he was born in October of 2021. Now, prior to October of 2021, you know, I am currently at, I believe, at least almost 30 cops, 30 NYPD officers that I have reported in over 25 to 26 cases of the CCRB, IAB, and OCD, right? And the crazy thing is that if I was lying, guys, if I was making this up, I wouldn't be able to be so knowledgeable. Half of my cases wouldn't even go through, you know. And the main thing is that my cases are going through. Reason why I'm doing this update is to show you and tell you guys what it has been like since making those CCRBs, and do I get a negative report or things like that. Look. Out of the 28 cops, honestly, man, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I still see about 10 of them, right? About 10 of them, maybe. I'm not even sure because I don't go looking for them, but I've seen about 10 of them still over time. But guys, like, it's crazy because the CCRB does work. It really does. It gives you the opportunity to kind of find more information about the cop, get his full name, you know. I'm thinking about it. Everything is public record, man. You got to remember that. We are not private citizens, okay? So they have to give us a certain amount of information, just like the officer get a certain amount of information from us. I started these videos, I was just mad at the officers for pulling me over and, you know, dehumanizing me, basically, you know, making me feel like I'm not worthy, I can't drive a car, or I'm always doing something wrong, you know, more like a criminal, you know. Even when they pull you over for a simple traffic stop, it's kind of like, is there any drugs in the car? Is there any guns in the car? Is there any this, any that? And all of that is irrelevant. If you pull me over for a traffic stop, do the traffic stop, let me keep on going. I didn't commit any crime. If you pull me over and you realize that I am a wanted felon or somebody that's wanted or has a warrant out, then you'll be able to take me on legal grounds. But there was a lot of fishing going on a long time ago. So anyways, throughout this 3 to 4 years of me reporting officers and speaking to the NYPD and things like that, I've seen a major disconnect with me and the NYPD officers that I did know, unfortunately. The officers that I did know in that precinct, one actually told me to stop doing CCRBs. He kind of made it as a joke, and it wasn't really funny, but I didn't say anything at the time. And then 2 months later, he ends up denying me for barricade requests for the kids and things like that. And then I report him also. You know, he's not really my friend. He's a cop. It is what it is. I report him also, and I'm still waiting for that information. But it's funny, when I reported him, that one went directly to internal affairs, so I won't even find anything out for a long time. Out of those 28 cops, though, like I said, I still see 10 of them in the neighborhood. 10 of them are still patrolling, but none of them are with their original partner. And that's the amazing thing of it all, guys. Remember, if two guys are terrorizing you, or a female and a guy, or two females, whatever, is terrorizing you, and they're doing this on a daily basis, they're always going to have each other's back. The amazing thing about the CCRB is that they actually removed those officers from being partners. Even the lieutenant, man, the lieutenant that I was talking about, Lieutenant Fox, he even got moved, his car got moved, and the person that was driving him around got moved. It's crazy. So I've noticed a major difference in the neighborhood. I've noticed a major difference in the policing. And honestly, the cops don't even come down my block anymore, man. I think they put a APB out saying stay away from this guy Lucas, because if you like the way your job is running right now, don't talk to him, because he's going to change up your destiny or your future. And I definitely did that, which I'm very proud of myself for. But it's a bigger fight. It has nothing to do with this one incident. It has to do with incidents happening in the future, different occurrences of different people is the problem, and that's what I've been trying to stop. So that's why I'm talking to you guys, because I want you guys to understand that CCRB does work, man. It does work. It doesn't work in a way where the cop is going to get fired, right? But he's definitely going to have somebody to speak to or somebody to answer to, and that's the best thing of it all. Like, imagine having a kid that got in trouble in school. But you have a kid that's in trouble in school, when he comes home, you have your way with him. But imagine you having to discipline him, whatever the case may be. It's just like what happened to the cops. The cops feel like they're untouchable, and then all of a sudden one day they come in and they got to do certain things, and it's like, damn, what happened now? Why is this? Why is that? And it's because of your actions. Your actions put you in this boat. It just can't be a coincidence, guys. It can't be a coincidence that somebody like myself, look at Empire State Building right back there, y'all. You see it. Brooklyn is beautiful for that, right? But if I didn't do anything wrong, right, and all the cops didn't do anything wrong, then why did the cops get transferred? It's a crazy experience in a way, because you get to discipline them, you get to talk to them, and you learn a lot. You learn a lot about NYPD, you learn a lot about people. And a lot of cops can't hold their composure. A lot of cops cannot work under pressure. Even as of recently, like a female NYPD officer just killed her girlfriend because her girlfriend broke up with her. And they're gonna try to sweep that under the rug. There was a suicide attempt, I think a year ago, for an NYPD officer. He killed himself, or she killed himself because they just couldn't take the job. So what I was saying was, get out there, and I just wanted to give you that update. Get out there and definitely report them. I'm speaking to cops differently now because I've known what they can and can't do. And it's not to be abusive, man. It really isn't, man. I like the job of being a cop. If I would have went to school or finished school, not even went to school, I went to college, but if I would have finished college, I would have probably been a cop right now. But I'm not stressing out. And what I was saying was that even the simplest altercation with an officer seems like it's not worthy, but it definitely is, man, because this is happening every day. You complain about people at the Apple store, you complain about people at Staples, you complain about people anywhere that they work. Hey, I don't like this, I want you to switch this, and then they accommodate you. But a cop feels like, let me stop putting words in their mouth. What I think a cop notion or first mentality is that I'm the officer of the law. I know the law better than you. And who do you think you are that you could tell me what I can and cannot do? But the honest truth is that we are citizens of America, and we have way more rights than we think we do. So I want to just finish up this video real quick. Unfortunately, right, I had to report almost 30 officers in my neighborhood. Unfortunately, they decided to look at me as a criminal and not as a person that could help them or possibly want to be on their side. In the mix of all the Black Lives Matter, it ended up changing the way they feel about people, and they want to fall back a little bit and tell the city, basically F you, and they want you guys to call 911 and ask for police. And it's not really happening right now. New York City is very happy without their police. We have police around that are doing, basic things and 911 calls, but there's not so much harassment anymore. It is starting to pick back up though, man. In the hood, I could definitely see the cops are starting to pull over cars again and things like that, but that's just because they want to make their day. I don't think it's because they have to. Especially we transitioning into a new mayor. The police didn't even like the mayor, because of what he made them do to Pantaleo and all that stuff like that. So there's a bunch of things in the background like you guys don't see, but I definitely recommend you guys continue to report as much as you can. And it's very simple, First thing a cop comes up to you, they have every right to ask for ID or things like that. And what you're supposed to do is say, hey, well, can I get your name and your badge number? That's the first thing. If he refuses or she refuses to give you that name and badge number verbally, then you say, I need to speak to your supervisor, and there's nothing else to talk about. And you completely go quiet. You completely shut up. If that officer wants to arrest you and things like that, you'll figure it out when you speak to his supervisor. But technically, by law, he's supposed to stop interaction and call his supervisor for you, and then wait with you. So, just learn them, man. It's real simple once you learn them. And it's crazy because I actually went to 90th Precinct and I had a Sergeant Hong or Lieutenant Hong, Asian guy. It's crazy how all the Asians are like wilding out now in the last couple of months. But Asian guy, and he got mad at me because I didn't want to sit down. He was like, "Yo, have a seat." And I was like, "Do I have to?" He said, "Nah, I'm just saying, like, have a seat." So then I was like, "No." When I said no, he's like, "What?" I'm like, "No, you gotta get out the precinct." And they basically tried to trespass me out of the precinct. I had a crazy verbal argument with him, and that was my last interaction with most of the police in 90th Precinct. And then, like I said, I don't even want to throw this out there, but then Officer Sherelle, right? So there's a female officer that has never arrested me, never gave me a ticket, but she knows exactly who I am. And it's just funny because I'm driving around midnight. 12:30, I'm driving in Bay Ridge. I'm from Williamsburg, so I'm driving in the other side of Brooklyn. And I get to a red light, man, and God has a funny way of showing you things. I get to a red light. Normally, I wouldn't even think about the girl that's walking past me or whatever, but I see a girl going right in front of my car. And she looks so familiar. So I'm like, it's 12:30 at night. Who is this girl? And instantly, I noticed it was Officer Sherelle. So I said, wow, it's a small world, Officer Sherelle. And she looked back at me and she said, indeed. That was the last day I saw her. Funny as hell. Last day I saw her, she works in Williamsburg. She got off of Williamsburg at midnight tour. She finished at midnight or even at 11, let's say. And she made her way home. And if it was a 30-minute ride or it was a 45-minute ride, whatever it was, she got there at 12:30, and it was on her block. You feel me? The crazy thing is, if I would have stood there, I could have watched her walk into her house. But I really don't know. I just know the block. I don't know anything. But it doesn't matter. Like I said, I don't have any ill intent. I don't want to do anything to an officer. I have a brother-in-law that's an officer. I have a cousin-in-law that's an officer. And ironically, none of them speak to me. Right? Gee, I wonder why. And then I've also personally heard from one of those officers that, they're tired of cops not being appreciated. And that's crazy in itself too. Your job doesn't need to be appreciated. I mean, it's like the job you have right now, you go to work today and they tell you that you got to go home because, whatever situation happened or your desk is not clean or something like that. Are you going to come back tomorrow and work less because you feel not appreciated? Are you going to come next week and work less or not do certain jobs because you're not appreciated? Probably, but you know what happens? You get fired. So this is what needs to happen to the NYPD. And also, there's just so much things. The NYPD just put out the NYPD test, the police test. You're required to get vaccinated and you don't have to pay anything, which is the first time ever that it's free. And it's a catch-22 because nobody really wants to be a cop in New York City, right? It's a hard job. It is a hard job, and nobody wants to take on that backlash. So that's why it's free, right? But then with the pandemic and everything like that, they kind of made it extra harder for anybody to even consider it. Somebody like myself, I was considering it, but then I realized, okay, I'll take the shot. It's not a big deal. And then they said you need 60 college credits. And I forgot, I read that a long time ago. And when I dropped out of college, I always said that I had to go back if I wanted to become a cop. But I never did. And I don't need that job, man. I was just literally going to do it to see if I could make it. So, I guess God is telling me, don't even jump in that boat. I'll keep on doing what I'm doing here. So, guys, let's close this up and get out there, man. Report those officers, talk to the officers, tell them we're not against them. I'm not against no cops, man. I'm against bad cops. But if you're a good cop and you hanging out here, we should be able to talk to you, no problem. We should be able to be like, yo, bro, come after work to the club and da-da-da-da, come to the bar and da-da-da-da, because you a stand-up dude and I want to buy you a drink. Something like that. He should be able to come out of his 11 p.m. tour, drive a couple of blocks away, pull up into the bar that we're at, and I should be able to buy him a drink. He should be able to tell me, yo, look, thank you, man, I appreciate it. I'm going home to my wife and kids, but take care, I'll see you around, and thank you for the drink. And that's it. It should be something like that. But it's not. You know, it's a hidden society, it's a gang. They want to team up and have their little outings or whatever with other cop friends and not, you know, the regular people, not the civilians, because who are the sovereign citizens here? Us or the police? Last time I checked, it was the police. Take care, y'all. Thanks for talking to me.